Hey, hello, Starvaders. We're playing a little more today. Um, Something unfortunate happened yesterday. I'm not just talking about the run. I accidentally fired up a daily run yesterday on this profile, and I kind of just panicked a little bit, and I like immediately quit it out. Unfortunately, it still showed up on the record, so um, our I've been using this like the fresh profiles um number down here at the like run registry to keep track of the days, but we're gonna be off by a little bit. It is what it is. I'm not gonna count it as like an entry into the run because I didn't even play the run. I kind of just entered and immediately quit out. Um, it's a bit of a shame, but whatever. I'll just be more careful in the future. The real run that we did yesterday was pretty ridiculous. We had Mim, we had the pretty potent combo of Mad Science and Jester, which was giving us a bunch of upgraded quirks in our deck, and we were like drawing them over and over again with the help of Misfire. Atomic Fires were working together with Detonator to like really just make all of our bombs explode with like huge radiuses. Liquid Coolant really managed to show like how ridiculous of a card it was. It was, especially when you put the Frosty perk on it, which made it just like stay in your hand for as long as you wished. Overall, just a incredible min deck. I think we basically beat the Overseer still with like 3 Chrono Tokens in the bank while having Wormhole. Yeah, a very fun run yesterday. Let's see if we can do a little bit better today. We're back on Shun. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna check that we can play him, but I'm fairly sure we can. Mindar, Kaia, yep. We're good to go. Shun, you know him, you'll love him. Starts with Mitochondria, shocks an invader every turn. Starts with a pretty basic Stinger deck. I think on the weaker side among the Stingers, mostly because he's like standing next to Titans like Hallie and Max. If I'm gonna be objective, I don't know if he is stronger or if Kaia is stronger. It's tough to say, but we're gonna give it our all today. I think I've said it the last time I've played Shun 2. I actually haven't explored playing him as much as some of the other pilots, so this is going to be a learning process for me too. Alright, let's fire up Impossible. Wait, why did it? Oh, thank god. Okay. I guess the fixed Doom does not show up until a little bit later. I think Ripple with Strike a Random Invader is going to be awesome. Wonder if Chroma Blast is going to be what we want here. Yeah, we've played with Tractor Beam a lot, we've played with Tendrils a lot, but I've heard some pretty good things about Chrono Blast. Let's just give it a try. This one blows you up. How should I say? Like this one blows up with radius equal to the number of reroll tokens you have. And then every time you do it, you're gonna spend a reroll token unless you're on like 0 reroll token. At which point, when you do cast it, you get a reroll token back. Yeah, I think it's especially in Act 1, Shun can struggle a lot with volume because like most of the only thing that he has for volume would be Cleave. But the rest of his kit all just does 1 damage at a time, so having something like this is going to help him, I think, with dealing with large groups of enemies all at once. In any case, let's go right in here and see what we can do. Yeah, I don't hate starting with a hard reward if it comes with Fallen Angels and some pretty easy enemies to take out. So I think I'll go up here first. Let's see. Yeah, I think... Yes. Does this guarantee that I draw that next turn? No, not yet. 1, 2, 3, so... I think I'm gonna... There is a 5 and 6 chance that I draw my Chronoblast next turn, which would net us 8. Oh, and we didn't draw... Oh, wait, hold on, I can just do this. Yeah, so Chronoblast... Well, maybe Chronoblast is a good card, and I've just been talking shit for nothing. Not exactly sure. So I think that might be like more money than we could ever. Actually, that was less money than I expected. I got. Wait, what? What's going on? Oh, I guess it just took a very long time to show up. It just took an incredible amount of time to show up in the star counter. But yeah, that gave us like 30-something thousand stars, which is a lot. I'm loving it. Oh, I see. It's not just one radius equal to each reroll tokens you have. It's plus 1 radius. So we actually exploded with 4 radius there. And I guess even on like 1 reroll token, this still makes you explode with like 2 radius, which is not bad at all. I do wonder... Oh god. I didn't mean to do that. Ugh, I was just gonna take nothing personnel kiddo and then be fine with it, but now we're here. Ooh, that's not good. That's really bad. Well, I guess today might be a good day to try out Judo Toss. I don't think so, actually. That one's kind of really awkward for a variety of reasons. I do not like playing with Judo Toss. I had it, I think, on Kaia before, and it was just like kind of mid. Let's pick up Galvanize and spec into. I'm really kicking myself in the feet for doing that to myself. That was just awkward. I think we'll go up here again. We'll try our luck with more time angels and just see what we can get done. Yeah, let's do this, and then kill these two. Still pretty handsome payouts, although I don't think we're quite going to reach the heights that we reached in the last in the last fight. Still a lot. Let's see what can we do? Oh, well, there is probably the strongest card. One of the strongest cards in the game, I think, Aeon Storm. Just an all-around ridiculous card. This card is, like, for 1 mana, right? It affects every single invader in the game. On the map. And it's programmed in a way where, like, all the enemies, all the invaders, in order from, like, bottom to top, and how should I say, in acting order. So from bottom to top, left to right, get pushed up 1 at a time. Basically, it just means that, like, the way this is programmed, every single almost like every single invader is like guaranteed to get hit by it. Almost. Even at like this one tile, each invader kind of thing. But it also has this text where like for each missing reroll token you have, it gets +1 distance, which just turns it from like decent to ridiculous. We're gonna pick it up and feel very good. I'm still kind of sad about like me messing that up earlier, but I think I'll be fine. Glucose, Glucose, if I remember correctly, this is just a really messed up artifact. Depends on what we pick up. We already have two ways to put pickups on the map with Ripple and Kunai, and every time we pick up anything, Glucose is just going to give us shock on a random invader. This is, I think, a new artifact added for Shun as his like exclusive common artifact, and it is very strong. On top of that, do I want Flux at like one less? I have one less less mana. Flux could be kind of sick, although we don't have any card draw for it yet. We kind of already have some mana generation with like Glucose. Maybe it just doesn't do enough. One thing I definitely will still pick up is a target dummy. I just have very good memories of this card, but maybe my memories of it are too hazy because of playing too much Kaia, but I do think we'll still have ways to take advantage of it. I'll also pick up Nemesis. Just generally a fine artifact to play. I think then I'll be restocking just once to see what else we can do here. Think, yeah. Let's pick up Red Brand. It's going to currently work off of Aeon Storm, it's going to work off of Target Dummy. I suspect there will be other instances where we can make use of it. And then I think we'll pick up Ripple and Quick Jab. This is another form of card advantage for us by letting us, like... So Quick Jab is going to be able to return Ripple to our hand, which these will trigger Glucose by leaving pickups on the floor. Lastly, I'm wondering if I want to just pick up a Cleave here. Having an extra Cleave is going to make Galvanize hit a lot more of the time, and it's going to draw us more cards because this Cleave is going to has that tag attached. The alternative here would just be to remove a card, which I'm not entirely opposed. I think at this point, you know what? I do think this is probably just for the best. I'm going to remove that dash from our deck. So yeah, we're entering this first fight pretty loaded with like 3 artifacts purchased straight from the farmer's market. Let's see what we can do with them. Yeah, let's go here. I think this is a good spot to be in. The theory for this fight, as always, is going to be that we want all the enemies to be clumped up. We want to be clumped up with the enemy so that the Rocketeers and the Shambler will shoot us, and also the Echoes will try to hit us with their auto bombs. Yeah, something we're gonna have to do is to take care of this one Rocketeer. Let's hope that's not gonna be too difficult. It won't. Yeah, some of the game plans that we were talking about within the shop really is coming to fruition, which I'm quite proud of. I think I'll do this to pick myself up a Yeah, I was able to make use of Chronoblast's extra text there to generate me a reroll token there, which I'm pretty happy about. Pretty happy about that. Oh, I didn't know junk worked with that stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, some part of me is kind of wishing that we had picked up that second cleave now, but I do think what is it? Picking up that remove has its own merits. Oh, Venom. Venom is kind of cool. We can, we're getting like, this is a Shun unique artifact, and the biggest merit here being that like we have gotten extremely good at shocking like nearly every invader that we see, and this kind of gives up the mana gain we would have from it, but instead we turn it into just insane amounts of output. I think I'll be picking that up, and we'll just see how this goes. There's a lot to like there. What will it be this time? I kind of want to upgrade something that we have. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the people who made... The developers were pretty smart about Aeon Storm in that, like, they saw how unhinged this card is, I think. And then they basically just said, okay, you know what? You're not getting mirrored on this one. You can't get that. But yeah. A lot of the other effects are still pretty strong. Target dummy, same here. But still, even with all those caveats, I would still be pretty happy to get an upgrade on like Ripple, Chronoblast, Galvanize, these two as well. We could get a rare card. We could get a rare card. Let's just pick up a rare card. We can always pick up an upgrade later. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's purge the rest of these. And that will do that for us. Oh, Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder could be kind of awesome. So could Boomerang, actually, now that I think about it. Boomerang is a... Oh, but Rolling Thunder can be fetched off of Galvanize. I think I will pick up Rolling Thunder. Probably my favorite Stinger card in the game. Not because it's the strongest. I think there are quite a few others that you could contend takes the title there, but just because of how, like, how should I say, like, this is a very much, like, a high ceiling, low floor build around, and then you need to put a lot of work into it to really make it good. Put some card draw in your deck, ways to search out flow cards, because at face value, with like two costs for this effect, it's actually quite expensive, and there are times when it just doesn't do enough. But if you do the work, if you are able to make it free through whatever means, or if you're able to like cast it multiple times and take advantage of the shock, this can be like one of the strongest cards in the game. And I will hope to show it off today. Oh, they are tempting me. They're tempting me with 2 copies of a common artifact. Are we gonna bite on that, or should we just look to upgrade here? Because I think with Rolling Thunder, we've just gotten I don't like echoing on this thing. I'm gonna be honest, but all these other upgrades are pretty tempting. Ooh. But that's 2 artifacts, man. That's a lot of money, and also a lot of I think I'll pick this up. I think I'll get 2 artifacts here. There are a lot of potential for things to just go unbelievably right. Wait, do we not have another move here? We do have another move. Oh, Rolling Thunder is a move, so... I really should have just thrown the Chrono Blast on the sidewalk there, because I'm not gonna play this for the entire fight because I really want to preserve our chrono tokens. Yeah, we're just gonna leave the Chrono Blast there. That should take care of it. Okay, let's see what artifacts we end up getting. Relic of Ages, huh? I don't even think this refills my Chrono Token bank based on how it is worded. But that could be kind of sick. That could give us, like... I guess the only thing it would really power up is Aeon Storm, because it would, like, now just... I don't like this. I don't like Relic of Ages here. Anti-Mag, that's not great either. I don't have a lot of cards that deal with that. I'm gonna reroll one last time, and whatever this is, I will be accepting it. Double A. Everything comes back to this. Double A, not bad at all, especially when we get two of it. It adds a starting battery to us for every 5 cards in our deck. Currently, that's 3 per double A, and I think that means we're going to be starting with 6 extra battery, which is like an insane amount of mana to have at the start. Not going to complain about that at all. Okay. I do think I'm gonna finish what I said I was gonna do a while back, right at the start of this, or sorry, in the last shop, which it's something I probably should have done, but just didn't get around to, which is pruning our deck down. I think we can get rid of 2 of our jabs, and then 1 of the dash is, yes. A lot of other things that could be like pretty tempting to pick up. Sly would have been fine, Spirit Jab would have been fine. I think that's about it. The rest are like whatever. But I do think keeping a tight deck is going to be very important for us. Just like, if you have a good thing that your deck is doing, you really want it to do that thing consistently. Yeah, probably didn't need to explain too much there, but I really did not want to run up against Aeon. What is it? I really did not want to run up against Doom Ritual right there. That would have been a bit of a tough situation to be in. Yeah, that just happened. Pretty awesome. Turns out, Yeah, like, turns out, yeah, Storm is pretty messed up for a lot of reasons. So one of these queen bees is going to hang out. Oh, actually, I guess all of them are just going to hang out this turn. That's chill too. Yeah, let's kill this one. Draw a card. Oh, they're going to get rid of that one. I kind of wanted that. Not going to hold you. Let's shock this fella. You know what, while we're at it, let's give this guy a tap on the shoulder too. Oh, I should have seen that coming. I still think we're gonna be okay, but it's cutting a little close. I think this deck really still has some consistency issues. Like on some of the turns like these, we just don't end up doing much of anything. Which is a little bit of a shame, but. We're just shocking everything and then destroying a bunch of them with the help of Venom, but it's starting to get to be a little bit much here. Let's throw this honey out and try not to maybe just try to not have to deal with it. That would be optimal. I'm wondering if I should just not even worry about playing Chrono Blast here and keep my one Chrono token. I think that might be for the best. I'm just gonna wait a turn to see where the Queen Bee ends up popping out. Oh, over there. I see. Should be relatively easy for us to take care of, but hey, never say never, or whatever. hell. Whatever, let's just shock that one guy. This one should still... Yeah, this should still kill her. I was trying to build a little bit of combo there with the help of, whatchamacallit, with the help of Rolling Thunder there, but alas, we couldn't get around to it too quickly. I think Electric Ray's kind of bait here. We don't really need more shock than we already have. We have access to Glucose, we have Rolling Thunder. As you saw back there, like, we can shock a whole army all at once if we wanted to. The one that I think we're really gonna need is Assassin, which really makes me kick my... is making me kick my shin even more than I thought I would now for, like, missing out on Assassin, on Nothing Personnel Kid. But yeah, Assassin is an excellent card draw engine. Stingers like Shun are extremely mobile if you do build into it. I think we can really pretty easily trigger Assassin like over and over here. I'm gonna pick that up and just feel pretty good about having access to that. We do not have the luxury of re-rolling here. I'm just gonna go here and pick up whatever life gives me. With Assassin now, we're going to be massively rewarded for having a more mobile deck than usual, which I'm going to try to push our deck in that direction. Why was it? Oh, the dummy made it immune. That's pretty funny. That's interesting. I guess Aegis Invaders could actually put the shield back onto the dummy, which is really cool. I guess one other thing that you could do with the dummy is if you had the shield pack, you could like re-shield it over and over and over and over, which would like give you a lot of card draw turn on turn. That does sound kind of cool for what it's worth. Yeah, at this point, I feel like we don't need... I feel like I don't want to... That's not good at all. My god. That's a few of the Oculus taken care of. But oh wait, I forgot we we could technically just kill it anyways. But yeah, that was cutting it a little bit too close. I think... Yeah, I guess I still have a lot to learn as far as like managing this fight. To make sure that we don't just like randomly run out of... randomly get threatened by an insane amount of pressure for the Oculus. Ooh, I think I kind of got myself into a daze there. I just got lost. But yeah, I didn't pay enough attention to what was going on and kind of just got myself into a lot of trouble against the Oculus. I will be picking up a Galvanize here. I think that card has some potential. In the meantime, we will be picking up one last upgrade before we have to fight the rest of the goons. What am I gonna do here? I'll go here, draw myself a card. Yeah. We will then be putting the dummy up there. Yeah, I think I've begun doing the one thing that I always do end up doing on these runs, which is whenever I do pick up Assassin, I almost always forget to actually use it, which is a little bit silly. I think that also made my life in the last fight a lot harder than it had to be. I bet if I did take the time to take advantage of Assassin, things would not have gone as bad as they had. Yeah, let's kill that guy. Shock one more fella. You know what, why don't we shock that fella as well? So this is going to put a bunch of these out onto the world, but I would say that we're quite prepared. So yeah, a decent amount of stars there for us. Yeah, I suppose another part of what made that last fight as unbearable as it was probably because of Aegis Invaders. I've kind of been clicking on it as a modifier without thinking too hard about it, but now that I've like had more time to look at it, maybe it might be like, I think it's the second worst modifier right under Doom, like Doom Ritual. But not 100% sure. Wild Galvanize is interesting. On one hand, it can the other two targets could get us a lot more output and also like draw us extra cards. But the thing I'm not so sure about is that some of the time it's going to shock us, and Venom does not discriminate between targets. If we get shocked, Venom will still hit us, which makes me just a little bit scared of it. I think I'm actually going to pick up a Risky on the Ripple. This is going to let us like put a lot more pickups on the map, which I'm a big fan of. I don't think we can... we're not really that awesome at making use of Razor Sharp. Bot Feeder is Are we gonna be making use of bot feeder? I don't think so. I do think... Oh yeah, you know what? This might be a good time to just get rid of Chronoblast. Is it? What I do know is that Provisions is for sure coming in. It's another way for us to put pickups on the map, in addition to the 2 Ripples and the Kunai. I think, yeah, then I will pick up a Ball Lightning. It's gonna power up Red Brand, it's gonna help us put even more shock onto the map. It's basically just like a card that like damages enemies turn on turn, which I'm not against at all. Yeah, I think lastly I will get rid of this Chronoblast. I really want to have my Chrono Tokens for emergencies instead of just spending them on exploding. I think we're past the point of the game where like it is at its best. Alright. We're gonna toss down that Ball Lightning. What can I do here? I could go up here and just get struck once. Actually, I kind of like... I kind of like that. I'll go here. I'll get shocked and then struck by Venom. Yeah. I think we will just throw in a quick little Aeon Storm here for the fans at home. Then I think, yeah, target dummy might be good here. Toss this in. That's... You know what, Mr. Echo, you pissed me off quite enough. Oh, I guess there goes our Ball Lightning, for what it's worth. I guess I should have, I should have used the provisions before I... Before I really did my thing there, but... Are we going infinite? We might be going infinite, y'all. It's possible. Yeah, don't really need to do anything too silly here from this point on.
We'll just watch the world explode with the help of
the rest of our stuff. Priority number one, though, still is going to be to try and assassinate these queens if we can. Nice. Yeah, we're just going crazy mode over here. I don't even have any like good targets to shock with Rolling Thunder at this point. And that's a pretty good problem to have, I must admit. Ah. Beautiful, beautiful. Just beautiful. Let's do this. Yeah, I think at this point we can just make like as much mana as we could ever want. Apparently this is something that Shun is really good at, which is like assembling these pseudo-infinites, because a bunch of the Stinger's cards are just, you know, draw a card, do a little bit of a hitting. Or like, a lot of them generate mana because of shock, and especially with something as silly as glucose, you can really get up to a lot of just like ridiculous stuff like this. Yeah, let's just draw 4 cards real quick. No biggie. Yeah, every time I've played with Glucose, it has seriously impressed me. As far as, like, how much it is able to do. Without, like, even needing, like, too much broken stuff to be happening. Like, at this point, it honestly feels like Rolling Thunder is just kind of pointless in our deck, because we have become, like, so unbelievably good at just triggering it every single turn. Yeah, every single invader is shocked all the time. Jeez, that feels nice, man. That feels really good. Oh, I guess because of how, maybe I can see now that this might be another reason why like Shun is really good at assembling infinites, because because it's like, because of how pickups work, you can very reliably prune your deck down by the virtue of just like being a stinger. You can like put with tools like kunai and ripple, you're able to put down like jeez. Yeah, you're able to. Sorry about that. You're able to put down like any cards from your deck that you don't necessarily want inside it. So that like if you do want to assemble like a 2-card combo and 3-card combo and like quote unquote remove every card from your deck, Shun is technically able to do that by just like leaving them on the ground. Although that can be a little bit unreliable in some settings. Still though, I think we've gotten to the point where like we can just do whatever we want and we will probably still win. We'll have to see though. What card was that? That was that one. Putting the ball lightning there was kind of a mistake. I wish I could have gotten a little bit more value out of it than I did, but it's probably still going to be okay. I will be saving Aeon Storm for a little bit later because I do have the I do have enough leeway here to be able to do it. Oh, this Migo is going to push it out of me, unfortunately, but oof. I think it's going to be fine. Let's trigger Assassin real quick. Let that happen. Dude, push. Get this Jit in as well. Yeah, nothing to grab there. That's probably fine still. Go here. Draw me another card. I think we're gonna wait a little bit still on the I'm gonna wait a little bit still on the Aeon Storm. Yeah, why don't we do that? Provisions, Rolling Thunder. Grab this fella below us. I think we can do this then. It's looking a little tough. I'm not gonna hold you. yet. Rumors do have it. We might still just be okay despite all of that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that like most of our energy is not being spent on like how to say most of our shock output is not being spent on gaining energy. It's being spent by like Venom to not to like turn into output, and yet we're still somehow like going extremely positive on mana. That is very encouraging. I don't think we're going to need to worry too much about this last turn, because all we need to do is just hit this one last hand once. Which, uh-oh. Hold up. I think we won't have too much trouble with, but never say never. I think I will be using this here. Draw another card. Kill this fella. Am I gonna be forced to... No, I'm afraid not. I am not gonna be forced to do that. Fantastic. Probably the hardest... Maybe not the hardest phase, now that I think about it. The last phase might be harder still, but we did manage to save Aeon Storm until we got to here, which will make this part infinitely easier. Might have been a little bit too silly to do that, because I do suspect we would have still been fine during this phase, even without it. Galvanize, and then go here, Rolling Thunder, got me another card, we'll walk back out here. Alright. I do kind of want to try to build up a bit more of an energy reserve if I can help it. Oh, do we not have... Okay, I think we're fine. The game is kind enough to give you basically a quote-unquote off-turn here when this first Chaos Heart shows up, because, let's be honest, it by itself does not apply, like, that much pressure. Draw another card here. Very good. Yeah, just at this point, I'm kind of, I'm kind of just in a flow state at this point. Like navigating these turns. I do suspect we'll be wrapping this fight up without too much issue, if any. I think this will be the last wave. Nope. Yeah, this will be the last wave for realsies. Let's draw a card here. That'll take care of that one. Draw me a card, draw me another card. Yeah, Shun really is just the king of doing bullshit like this. I think I will... Yeah. Everything else is shocked and will die. I think I will just leave this one part for the last turn here so that we can prepare ourselves a little bit for it at the very least. I guess I'll draw my last one more 0 cost from our pile there. In theory, this should wrap everything up, but you never know. We might still have to deal with some stuff. That's happened in the past before. But I suspect we'll be ready for it. Okay, still a little bit of work to do, but no biggies. No biggies whatsoever. I'm gonna draw a card there. Oh, I guess that did just reshuffle the deck for what it's worth. Okay, that should basically do it. Yes, it will. Thank you, Venom. Alright. Well, that will wrap that run up. A lot of fun there. Okay, let's do a quick run debrief and then we'll log off for the day. Oh, I guess I clicked the wrong button. It just quit out, but it's all good. Alright, so, what happened today? Well, Glucose, I think, really showed off how insane of a card it can be. I think most of what our deck was doing today was just throwing stuff on the ground over and over again and picking stuff up over and over again with these 2 ripples and the provisions that we picked up earlier. Sorry, very late in the run. Quick Jab was also like doing a lot of work for us by helping us recurring these 3 cards that put stuff on the ground. I don't think we really ever went infinite. Although, like, if you really tried hard and like did the math a little bit, or just made it so that our deck was only these 4 cards, I'm fairly sure we would have just, like... our turn probably could have gone on for as long as we wanted, and things would have been chill. But, even without going as hard as that, we were able to just basically shock every invader on the grid every single turn. And, Venom here also had an extremely good showing today by just converting all of that shock into output. Every turn, anything that was shock got hit, so that meant either its shield got taken off, or it just straight up died, which was very helpful. Rolling Thunder, I can't say in good conscience that it helped that much today. I think it was still a contributing member of society. The two galvanizers in our deck were drawing it pretty consistently, and it helped us shock a lot of stuff. But the star of the show today really were just Ripple, Provisions, Quick Jab, and then the combination of Glucose and Venom. Assassin helped out here and there. If I remembered that it existed, it probably would have helped out a lot more than it did. I think during that first fight in World 3, I was just being a dunce and legit forgot it existed, which made things a lot harder than it did. Once I do remember that it existed and did play around it, it was very strong and helpful. Getting these two double A's, I do think is very good, even though it might not seem like this initial advantage can be helpful in these longer fights. I still do like having them. It gives you a lot more leeway during the earlier turns, which can save you in a lot of cases. Well, in any case, that's gonna do it for today, y'all. I was kind of worried that when we first picked up Aeon Storm that it was just going to take over the entire game and not really make us worry too much, but I'm pretty happy to say Aeon Storm did not take over the run. It definitely helped out in some it definitely helped out in some spots, but no, I do still think we managed to build a deck that I'm pretty happy with. Well, in any case, I'll be back tomorrow with another run. In the meantime, bye!